to you. Forgive us if we're a little bleary-eyed. We stayed up this last night to watch the State of the Union and the response and the other response, and, you know, gets a little late. But it is Wednesday, January 26th. Glad you're with us on this American morning. I'm Kiran Chetry.
Hello to you all. I'm DJ Holmes, and we will start with the President's State of the Union address. In case you weren't able to stay up and see it, we'll show you
an empty seat, and it helped set the tone for the president's speech. He took a few moments to remember victims of the Tucson shootings and family members.
Oh, we're 24 minutes past the hour now. The underwear bomber, he's set now to go on trial on October the 4th. We're talking about
Kind of hard to jump up and continue to run with your handcuffs on, but I'm sure he's now facing more charges because of that.
Let's give him some air.
Well, you've never seen a piano bar quite like this one. Take a look. This is a grand deal as they were watching the President's State of the Union address. We have some instant Obama delivered his message of economic urgency in the State of the Union, making sure that we're not buried under a mountain of debt for our future generations. Well, the man who will be tasked with trying to make this happen, at least part of it, is Democratic Congressman Chris Van Hollen from Maryland, the ranking member on the House Budget Committee. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
The highlight when we talk about this, trying to get a handle on our deficit, is the proposed freeze in domestic spending over the next 5 years. It really is a small slice of the pie, though, when you take a look at what the so-called mandatory spending that we're not going to be touching right now. The White House is estimating about $400 billion over the next decade. Why not get serious and look at some of those entitlement programs as well of what we're spending right now? It sounds like that's still. Thanks so much.
Good to be with you.
Coming up at 7:20, some people feel the same way he does. Well, remember yesterday we told you about the big fuss about Taco Bell's beef.
Yeah. Or not.
Well,
to beef.
Right.
People love those. Street meat here in New York. I'm like, what is that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
It's a mixture of lamb. It's a lamb mixture.
A lamb mixture?
Yes.
We don't have that in the South. Well, the dirtiest hotel.
In keeping with the new spirit of bipartisanship, the president may have taken a lesson or two from his predecessors, a very popular Republican and Democrat. We have Ed Henry Luckaway. Well, Congressman Gabrielle Giffords is expected to check out of intensive care sometime this morning, going into a rehab facility. Well, the president making some promises, touting his accomplishments during last night's. 15 minutes past the hour now. President Obama drove the point home last night that sitting together means little if Democrats and Republicans can't actually work together when it counts. That partnership, of course, critical to his formula for winning the future. So how will it happen? Joining us from Capitol Hill, one of the president's point men in the House, Maryland Congressman Steny Hoyer, the Democratic whip. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, Congressman.
Good to be with you, Karen.
I want to ask you about this talk of civility, the seating arrangements. Of course, you sat with your Republican.
All right, we want to explain to you what you're seeing there. We'll go ahead and re-rack that, and we'll kind of explain what you're seeing. But this was a circle.
See that video, and you see that humongous wave, and all of you guys, you don't even look like real people.
Thanks, Grant.
Thank you.
All right, well, we have another nasty storm. Yes, the East Coast about to get hit once again.